Hey guys, welcome to Xbox On. Now, as you can see, I'm all on my lonesome as Benny has jetted off on holiday, but that's okay because I get to take you through May's Games with Gold. If you're a Gold subscriber, you get 4 free games a month, and this month the games are amazing. So let's take a look at them. Gianna Sisters' Twisted Dreams Director's Cut originally started life out a long time ago on the Commodore 64 in 1987. Fast forward to now and one Kickstarter later, and we've got one of May's Games with Gold. Now, I have to admit, I went in playing this game blind. The original release was a little bit before my time, but I was intrigued by the art style and the unique gameplay. It's safe to say it genuinely blew me away, and for anyone who loves a good side-scrolling platformer, then you're gonna want to download this pronto. So the general story goes that Maria is abducted to the dream world where a wicked dragon holds her prisoner. Her sister Gianna must enter the world to rescue her. The unusual thing is she's learnt to manipulate her dreams to suit her needs. With a simple click of a button, Gianna can switch from her cute self to her punk alternative self. So basically a One Direction fan to a Green Day lover in the blink of an eye. There's a strong sense of opposites though, as cute Gianna exists in a world full of darkness and decay, whilst punk Gianna's world is bright, fun and downright adorable. The key to using this power is to make it through the level, with many puzzles being based around these abilities. Most of the time, certain platforms will only appear in one of the worlds, so it's a case of switching between both with the correct timing to make it to the finish line. It's a fun mechanic, and once you get the hang of switching between the worlds at a fast pace, it makes for exciting and fluid platforming. Each versions of the sister have special moves that are unique only to them, whether it be graceful gliding as the good side of Gianna, or ploughing along at violent speeds and breaking through bricks as the bad side of Gianna. My favourite thing about Twisted Dreams has to be the art style though. It's genuinely very pretty with a watercolour dreamy feel to it. It definitely gives off vibes of Rayman Legends and Origins, which, considering how amazing those games are, is only a good thing. Whether you played the game when it was originally released and you're looking to see how things have changed, or you just want to play a beautiful, unique platformer that harks back to the gaming style of times gone by, make sure to check out Gianna Sisters this May. Unless you've been the victim of a Jedi mind trick, you'll remember that Star Wars The Force Unleashed was included as a free Games with Gold title back in February. Well, angry Mr. Starkiller is back in action in May's Games with Gold. The Force Unleashed 2 picks up a few months after the first game, with the revelation that original Starkiller has been cloned by Darth Vader. Yes, if you're going to spend ages training up a Dark Apprentice, it's good to have a backup in case of breakages. Our clone isn't too happy about this, of course, so goes on the run to try and find some answers. It's very much a business as usual sequel, but when said business involves using your mind to fling missiles at giant mechs, it's hard to complain. This time you get 2 lightsabers, and you're able to adjust the colour of each blade to get different benefits in combat. The game mixes up the fights of the original with even flashier combos that combine sword fights and force powers, and introduces loads of big action set pieces. You might be legging it as laser fire destroys the ship you're standing on, or trying to defend a space barge from endless missiles, for example. The bosses are a big step up from the first game, focusing on giant monsters that you have to slowly outwit using force powers before unleashing some surgical takedowns with your lightsabers. This arena match against a snarling space beast has to be seen to be believed, as a simple dust up in the dirt morphed into something much more epic in the arena above before concluding with a spot of skydiving. Subtlety may go out the window in moments like these, but who cares when you get to jump out the window after it and plunge through a massive action set piece? Back in normal combat, there are new powers to get your head around, including the wonderful mind trick that causes enemies to forget about fighting or to throw themselves to their death off balconies. Jolly stuff. You also get access to Force Rage, which is a superpowered state where you can fire off unlimited force powers with devastating effects. You're probably meant to keep hold of it for powerful Sith enemies, but we can't resist dropping unlimited force lightning and force pushes on the humble stormtroopers. We hope the pay is worth it. And once you've taken care of the story, there are some rock hard challenge rooms to test out your grasp of the Force. While LEGO Star Wars might do a better job of capturing the magic and charm of the original movies, there's no denying that Force Unleashed gives us a pretty addictive taste of what it's like to be a little less heroic in the Star Wars universe. Make sure you go download it today. For all of the lovers of Lara and her adventuring through tombs, this next game is for you. Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris is a spin-off from the core series, which brings some of the best bits along with it. There's plenty of puzzles galore and ancient exploring to do. The game is set deep in the deserts of Egypt as Lara teams up with 3 others: rival treasure hunter Carter Bell and 2 imprisoned gods, Isis and Horus. The aim of their adventure is to defeat the evil deity Set. As you work your way through each level, battling the elements of nature and working out tricky puzzles that lie in ancient tombs, you've got to recover the fragments of Osiris to stop Set from enslaving all of humanity. So, you know, just an average day for Lara then. The cool thing about the Temple of Osiris is the emphasis on local co-op. You can be joined by up to 3 mates as you work your way through the Egyptian deserts. Take your pick of the bunch, either Lara, Carter, Isis or Horus, and work together to solve puzzles and take out the bad guys. Of course, if you're a loner like me, you can also play alone, and if anything, that just makes the difficulty level that little bit more punishing. Trying to work out puzzles with 1 brain instead of 4 is never a smooth sailing, and as some of the puzzles are based around explosives with time limits, it really would make life so much easier if you had someone else with you to speed up the process a little bit. Saying that, it works just as well as a solo game as it does in co-op, with a big emphasis on grabbing power-ups to help beef up Lara's arsenal. That's right, forget about 2 pistols, how about equipping Lara with a massive rocket launcher? Just don't do what I did and make sure to stand back whilst you're firing, yeah. You'll also be able to pick up plenty of upgrades to help with health regeneration and speed, so before you know it, you'll be a lean, mean, ancient Egyptian baddie killing machine. Using the perspective of top-down helps to create some genuinely tricky puzzles and some great action scenes. For example, ever been chased down by a giant crocodile alligator beast thing whilst the very floor beneath you caves away? Well, wonder no more. Whilst the game may be seen as a lighter version of the core Tomb Raider games, there's still plenty of excitement and action to keep you hooked. Delve into Lara's world once more this May. You can't really go wrong with a LEGO game. They're always brilliant fun, have great tongue-in-cheek humour, and will set the collecting beast that dwells within you alight. So when you combine the brilliance of LEGO with the legend that is Star Wars, you can't really go wrong. And better than pairing it up with just one of the films, why not play through the complete saga? That's enough coin and stud collecting to last a lifetime. The great thing about the LEGO games is that they can take something that you may not be that into and somehow make it completely addictive. For example, I like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, don't get me wrong, but I'm not obsessed with Jack Sparrow or anything. However, I got absolutely hooked on the LEGO version. Q staying up till 2 AM to get every last stud and developing a weird crush on blocky Mr. Sparrow. Yeah, moving on. So the LEGO Star Wars games follow the same pattern as other LEGO take-on movies. You'll work your way through the story, collecting different characters and grabbing collectibles along the way. Once you've finished a level, you can go back in free play mode and just mess about really. There's local co-op and it really is one of the most fun, laid-back games you can play with a mate or one of the family. If you're curious just how much Star Wars action you'll be getting, the complete saga spans the events that take place from the Trade Federation's negotiations above Naboo in Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace, deep breath, right up to the attack on the second Death Star above Endor in Return of the Jedi. But come now, I know what you're all thinking. Why is she just wasting time talking about the filler stuff? When is she gonna let us know if the true star of the show is gonna make his appearance? Well, calm down, my friends, because I can confirm that Jar Jar Binks is in the game and thankfully makes an early appearance too. His goofy, lovable face and awkward comedic timing is really what Star Wars is all about, right? So whether you're a huge fan of the Star Wars movies and just want another excuse to work your way through the impressive story, or you're a fan of LEGO games and enjoy collecting every last little thing you find until your eyes go crossed and you can only think in terms of studs and coins, LEGO Star Wars The Complete Trilogy is the game for you this May.
So that's May's games were gold. Let us know in the comments box down below which game you're most excited to play, and smash that subscribe and like button if you haven't already. We'll see you next time. Bye!